Morning is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi, located in Yerushalayim, Yer Kodesh, on Rekom Zikron Yaakov number 6 in the Beit Knesset of Chanukah Yeshivas. We are very close to the central bus station, so please, you can walk from there. If you're coming in and out of Yerushalayim, take a bus, drive. Coming from Chutz La'aretz especially, come join us. We'd love to have you participate in our shir. This is our second shir for the day. Hilchos Purim. Learning Mishna Berura usually at this time slot. And let's continue. We're in Tafresh Sadi Hey. And in the middle of the Ramah that we are learning. Okay, we finished Sif Bay, so let's begin Sif Gimel. Tafresh Sadi Hey, Sif Gimel. Yeah, Rachman, we can read it.
Okay. Omer al Nisim, Bevekat Hamazon, Bevekat Haaretz.
Now it comes quickly, right? And it's not like Ritzei or Yaliyavo. It comes in the middle of the benching.
It's very easy to miss it.
Yeah, you get a running start before you say you're going to use the line.
Bevekat Haaretz?
Bevekat Haaretz. That's the second
That's
paragraph.
on the zone.
Oh,
that's on the zone.
Second paragraph. Bevekat.
If you're not careful, you can miss it.
Sure.
You go right over and you didn't even know you missed it. But you can say it Harachaman, right?
It's Harachman. Yeah.
Omer al Nisim Bevekat Hamazon Bevekat Haaretz. Im hitchel sudato bayom mashcha ad halayla. Omer al Nisim. It's like we'd say if you go into Motzei Shabbat. If you go into the Laila, you still say Ritzei, right?
Right, because you go after, in general, you go after the beginning of the Suda, since the beginning of the Suda was, and it should definitely begin on Purim, right? The key of the Suda is on Purim, to have the Suda, not to begin late in the day after Shkia, that you're not going to see you've lost your mitzvah support.
Mashcha ad halayla omer al Nisim. Devatat chilat Suda azlina. After the beginning of the Suda, it goes. Yesh mi shomer she'ein omro. Because those that say that you shouldn't say it. Even if you did start the Suda in the beginning.
Those were obviously we might keep the start and finish the Suda during the Purim, according to these Mandoman, if you want to say Valanisik.
It says V'nogin Kesva Rishona.
Right.
That's like Shabbos.
Right now, we'll have to see if it's discussed, but this year in Yerushalayim especially, you're going to have some difficulties if you mamshik your Suda Purim till night.
Shabbos already.
Shabbos already, right?
What do you do then?
Oh.
No, you have to do it in the morning, I think.
Well, look at you, we learned the Erev Shabbos.
Well, it's a big thing. Shabbos and Purim together. What's about it again?
Because if you keep eating, you won't eat Suda with Shabbat.
You start with Daven Kabbalat Shabbat.
Don't have a table.
And you keep going. What's the problem?
You won't be hungry.
Don't worry about it. You won't be hungry. You get people are hungry all the time. You give them food for free, you keep eating.
We'll see. There's such a thing as being mamshik or Suda Erev Shabbos. Mapis more, so you cover over the challahs, you make kiddush. And you continue
Keep going.
But it's a very complicated halakha. It's not advisable. The mice is not advisable. But in theory it can be done, but it's not advisable. But look, you could in theory finish eating most of the food, like an hour or so before ski, and then just have desserts and
No question is, if in the night time on Shabbos, it's Shabbos already, if you have to say Al Nisim,
that'll be tarted. That might be a tarted. That might be a tarted disastre. Just like even though you
study the Chodesh and the
Shabbos,
Shabbos,
right? If they tarted disastre, we'll see if it's discussed. If not, we'll. But again, it's most advisable to finish your Suda before the end of the day and have Shabbos come in more or less as usual.
Yeah, you don't have to daven mincha first, then have the Suda.
Yes,
on Friday.
You should daven mincha first. Yeah. Even though it might be a little bit more subdued in Yerushalayim because it's Erev Shabbos, but don't count on on getting a late mincha. You may get late mincha.
What about, it's like Shabbos comes in, Shabbos Shabbos, they usually have a mincha before the Arabit.
Yeah, you're right, but look, in general,
so what if you're in the morning? You won't be able to daven mincha. You have to in the morning.
you should daven in the morning.
Mincha anyway, early.
If you're not having a suit in the afternoon, then there's no need to have mincha early specifically.
Right.
But if you're having a suit in the afternoon, then you should daven mincha early. That's what the Mishna, because you can't be relying on the normal leniencies that because you're not supposed to sit and have a regular suda, a full-fledged suda, if you haven't done mincha yet, except if you have a like say a min kavua, or you have a shomer, someone's watching you, or if you usually daven regularly with the minyan. But on Purim, all those things don't exist. First of all, it's a very big suda, elaborate suda with drinking, and you may not be able to have a person being watched all over you, and you may not be able to count on a minyan to give more. How many times people aren't interested, They daven half an hour before Shkia. On a regular Purim, no one's interested in davening mincha half an hour before Shkia.
They're not there.
They're not there. They might be there, but they're not now one's home.
It's took for 10 people to daven.
You can have instead of breakfast, you have the soup at Purim.
That's people don't.
That's breakfast.
That's people don't. Kubalim do like that.
Isn't it?
Yeah. They do it right away. They have a lot of Bete Knesset. They go like this. They have one Shlomo Manot. They say him Nachmin. And then Nachmin you give to the Rav. And then you do another sivuv like that. And then you have a Bete Knesset like that.
Yeah,
They bring one Shlomo Manot. One gives one to another, and Sudan.
I bring my Shlomo to shul, two of them at least. I mean two.
And you finish.
Yeah, I give to my friends in the minyan, and then you take care of doing matan shlomo also right after the minyan or in the minyan. Then you got all your mitzvahs. You have Megillah.
You finish already. You don't have to start playing games.
Right. Because it's not so pashut. Some poskim say that you're not supposed to really eat a full suda before you fulfill your mitzvah of Shalach Manas and Avitas of Yom. Certainly Megillah, definitely not to eat before Megillah. That's at night and during the day. And there are those that are even makbid about not having anything to really eat before Shalach Manas and Avitas of Yom. Right, let's see the Mishna Berura here. That'll bring us to Mishna Berura. That's the wide line there.
You got that?
Yep.
אם שכח לומר על ניסים, if you forgot to say על ניסים, יש אומרים זה מחזרין אותו. Then he has to go back to the beginning. יש, אומרים די מחזרין אותו. There's a say he doesn't have to go back and say Birkat HaMazon again.
Yeah, so you have a machlokas. There are those that say you should go back and repeat Birkat HaMazon, and those say you don't. So therefore, why?
So spek b'chol da'kel.
So therefore, you're not going to go back and say the Birkat HaMazon again.
ודווקא בסעודה ראשונה.
She'okol
שחל
b'yom.
ביום.
Meaning, that's specifically, the machlokas, whether you go back or not, is specifically in the first suda that you have that day. Let's say a person is planning to have more than one suda. He's going to need a suda in the morning, and he's going to need a suda in the afternoon. And let's say he forgot, right, to say because Al Nisim in the suda Rishayna. So then the halacha is subject because the hakil doesn't go back. So let's say the second suda he forgot also.
אבל סעודה שנייה, שאוכל אחר מנחה, שאוכל סעודת פורים, הוא כבר אכל סעודה אחת ביום, שוב אין מחזירים אותו לכולי עלמא. So everybody doesn't have to go back to it.
There's no opinion that says you have to go back because there's only a chiyuv to have one suda. You don't have to have, it's not like every time you eat you have a chiyuv to say you should if you have a suda.
Right.
A second suda during the day, you should say Al Nisim, but if you forget, there's no machlokus about going back or not. Everyone,
if he's eating breakfast, he has to have kavanah. This is not the Suda Purim. Should he have a kavanah like that? Or doesn't matter?
Because the opposite, maybe When you do this in the Purim, do Shem
Just the
Yukos or something like that.
short Purim is in the afternoon.
You don't have to say no, but when you do it, yes, you have to say this is it.
If he's having breakfast,
Yeah.
usually don't eat basar or offer something, you eat milk.
You
So
can
you're
do a
not
Sudan
using
right,
milk
right.
also. You can make you buy yourself a 5% with zaitin inside, which would be more ritzini. Arucha bug yeter.
But you could have poster v'yayin later on during the day, in theory. But it has to be all within the same Suda. That's the question that the post-game discuss. When you have the Suda, is it something which you have to have all three things, poster v'yayin, with bread, everything together, and what if you have bread in the morning, and you have wine, and just without a Suda, you have wine and meat in the afternoon. Is that considered your yotzi? Question that they
In
discuss.
Purim, you eat a lot of pieces of cake. You live a gurgelach and here and there.
Yeah, we get all the biscuits and the bumbas
So
come
you
in.
get up to the amount of shiur that's a kilo. You have to alamech, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's already enough for me to be a Sudan already for that.
right? Okay, let's continue on.
שוב, אבל אכל סעודה אחת ביום, שוב אין מחזירים אותו לחויים. That's the Suda after Mincha. אלא כשמגיע לרחמן, כשהוא gets in ברכת לרחמן, יום הרחמן הוא יעשה לנו ניסים וכולי. לרחמן הם תשלומים. כשחל פורים בערב שבת,
Here we are.
בערב שבת, משכה סעודתו עד הלילה.
Oh, see,
It's not a good idea though.
Well, that's what we were
It
discussing.
happens.
Yeah.
You buy in yeshiva, you buy a rav, and the rav staying on the floor over there, and everything over here, and you're singing and everything, having a good time. And Mash, you're not here, b'olam haba.
Yeah, as they say, Simcha's malam in his man. No, it's just no one wants to know what time it is. He says, it's 40 minutes. Nah, don't disturb the peace.
And you started late. Everybody
At
starts
least-
late.
at least
Everybody
you're-
wants to start early, and everybody
Yeah.
starts late.
At least you're in your big day Shabbat, you don't have to change clothes.
No.
Where are we? שחל פורים בערב שבת ושכב סעודתו על הלילה,
Right.
חייב להזכיר של עכשיו,
Oh.
דהיינו רוצה.
Oh.
Ah.
So now, yeah, this is the point, right? So you have here, right, once now it's become Shabbos, now you have a chiyuv to say Ritzei as well, even though that in general you go after the beginning of the Suda, right?
Right.
So where does this chiyuv to say Ritzei come up? How do we get this here, right?
Right.
So, therefore what? Kishal Purim be'erev Shabbat, v'hamsha Sudas ad Laila, chayav lahaskir shel akshav. You have to mention what is now, the Hainu Ritzei. Vim Kain, go ahead.
אם כן, איך יאמר על הניסים?
Oh, how can you now say Al Nisim? How we talk to this Asra? It's a contradiction.
Contradiction. כיוון, say both of them. You can't say both, can you?
Not really, because let's see what the Mishna Berura says.
כיוון דאין הזכרת הניסים חמור כל כך, לכן יאמר רק של שבת.
Right, so therefore, since Al Nisim is not so serious,
Wait, we started Suda Azi Yotzi with the Suda Shabbat then.
yeah, it's the same thing. So what if a person, especially in summertime, they daven an early Ma'ariv, they daven Ma'ariv at, let's say Shkia is 6 o'clock, they daven Ma'ariv at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
They come in, they come home and they start they wash at 5:30,
And then they
and half an hour before Shkia.
They burn everything.
Yeah, you
And after
they
you
make
burn
kiddush.
after
So yeah, you have to, in order to be really Yotzi the Suda Shabbos, you have to make sure you eat at least the kazayas, if I'm not mistaken, the kazayas of bread after Shkia, maybe even after Tzeitzit Chacham.
But Shabbos is Miyuchad. Shabbos you can still, once a Shabbos, at Chatzot you can still say Shabbos.
Right, for sure.
Right? Shabbos is something that's special. That's not a...
Right, but let's say he ate his whole Suda, it's 5:30, right? He came back, he davened Ma'ariv at 5, it's 5:30 now, he made Kiddush, ate, benched, and finish this whole Suda 5 minutes before Shkia. He's not Yotzi.
He's not Yotzi?
Doesn't have his, when you can't, he have to eat on Shabbos. He have to eat on Shabbos. Didn't eat on Shabbos. He said it was Shabbos. He davened Ma'ariv even. You make Kiddush, right? But you have to make sure you eat at least.
Is that the same case over here?
Excuse me?
Same case over here. He has to. He's in the Suda Purim Friday, right?
Yeah.
He's all the way into the night. And his bench of Sivrit say then he has to do another washing his hands and eating bread again for the Suda Shabbos, the Shabbat. Yeah.
If in which case that he didn't bench for the Suda.
No, he benched. They said let's say, but he's not Yotzi on the Suda Shabbos.
There's a problem.
What does he do then?
Was
Can the
that-
Suda Purim be also Nechshav for the Suda Leil Shabbat? If it goes
No,
into the Laila?
No.
No. He
Yeah.
He has to stop in the middle, and he has to make Kiddush, and then
Then he misses Alanissim, it said. Then he misses Alanissim.
Yeah.
So that's Kiddush. Then what's he doing? He keeps eating his meal? Then
He
he
can
started
keep
during
eating,
the
but
day?
he doesn't say Alanissim afterwards.
That's Shalanis, right?
No, he doesn't say Alanissim.
Right.
He misses Alanissim.
Alright, so it's the same Suda. The Suda Purim,
Right.
it's continuing after Kiddush,
Right.
and he keeps eating, and he has to eat another more bread,
Right.
Kazai bread,
Right.
maybe even more. I know the Shabbat you have to more than kabetza you have to eat. And he's Yotzi on Suda Shabbat.
Right. But Al Nishmi, he doesn't have Al Nisim at this point.
Okay,
He loses Al Nisim.
Right. לכן יומש רק של שבת.
כן, כן.
וכל זה אפילו כשלא יתפלל עדיין.
That means this is even, right, if he hasn't davened Ma'ariv yet, right? Ubeprad, meaning he doesn't say Al Nisim, even in a case where he didn't daven Ma'ariv yet. So in a certain respect, it's still kind of Purim, right? It might be after Shkia, it might be after Tzeitzei Kukavim even. Stars come out already, and therefore it's really not Purim at all anymore. It's now full-fledged Shabbos, right? But now, nevertheless, he didn't daven Ma'ariv yet, right? Ubeprad, even is Baal Kodim.
אם יתפלל מקודם, ודאי אינו כדאי להזכיר רק כך הניסים בברכת המזון ולתקמא.
What does it mean, לא כדאי ואסור?
It's when Prat im Nispal Mikoidim, specifically he's going to lose al Nisim if he davened already Ma'ariv. But Vadai Eino Kedai Lahazkir. It's not Kedai to mention al Nisim. Hakikach al Nisim. Because of the as we're going to explain. We can explain further on. Well, let's see the next point in the Mishna Berura. Tez Zayin.
just call it הרבה על הניסים. ויש אומרים, דווקא כשלא התפלל ערבית עדיין.
Meaning, right, you remember we had over there the 2 days, right? Back in the Mechaber for a moment, right? Omer al Nisim Berurkas Amazon Ba'aretz V'im Hitkil Sudas B'yom V'shkol Laila Omer al Nisim D'Basar Techilas Asuda Azinu Yesh Mishom She'ein Omer. There's a Maklokas that even on a regular Purim, on a regular Motzi Purim, there are those that say, right, that you shouldn't, once it's nighttime, you shouldn't say Al Nisim anymore. So you ask yourself, what could be so bad about saying Al Nisim? What's bad about saying Al Nisim? Right? According to the ones that say don't say it. According to the ones that say it, you have no problem. You're supposed to say it.
Right.
But the ones that say don't say it, what's so bad about saying it? Why are they mock Pete about not saying Al Nisim?
There's no bracha לבטלה.
Because
Don't say there's a bracha משהו.
Sure, brother. You're just giving
Yeah, because
זכר, it's a זכר.
it's a nighttime, the day's over.
But it's saying as well. You can say now that Mordechai was a big tzaddik and Esther was a mankan. What's a big problem? It's a problem to say that.
Because I mean, look, if you take a look at the Al Nisim,
You don't have any here at song that you're not allowed to say on Shabbos or something.
here we say
Yeah, but
Al
you
Nisim,
don't say anything over there.
Al Nisim, Al Purim, Al Bevuras, Al Teshuas, Al Chomer Shosi, Salav Osim, B'Yamim Haim. This man is it could be B'Yamim Haim That was yesterday, it's not today. So what do you say? It was yesterday. Right? So you say, Bimei Mordechai v'Esther, v'Shushan Apiro, Kisha'amar aleihem hamim harasha, bikish lahashmi laharoig la'abed es kol ha'Yehudim, minar v'ad zakim, taf v'nashim, v'yom echad, v'shlosha aser l'chodesh, v'shnayim aser, hu chodesh adar, v'shlala l'voiz, v'ata b'rachmecha rabim, v'farta es eitzasoy, v'kalta es makshavtoi, Ashrivosa lo kumuloi v'roisho v'salu oso v'aes banav al ha'eis. So there's no real.
You don't say is he here at Tsama and not say Shabbos.
You don't say Shabbos is there. You're not saying.
You said something that.
Yeah. So look.
The Lokadai, they said. That's
Okay, we'll have to see. Let's see the now Tez Zayin in the Mishna Berura. Over Malanesim. Yeshomrim.
Yeshomrim.
Oh, this is specifically that you haven't davened Ma'ariv all yet.
That's a new day already.
Yeah.
Davened. About Kishit Shuv. About Mishit Shuv.
And you know, Oimer Al Nisim. If a person davened Ma'ariv, that's it. No more Al Nisim. You have a problem also by Ritzei, going to Motzi Shabbos by Ritzei also. Let's say I know some that. They want to do. They want to say a Baruch Hamavdil because it's still Milu Shalosh, and they want to, have someone turn on the lights or something like that, or do something, right? So they say Baruch Hamavdil, so now they lost their Ritzei. Can't say Ritzei even if they didn't have a Ma'ariv, just say Ritzei. Just say Baruch Hamavdil. Can't say Ritzei because of Muslim. Okay. Now V'yein Shomrim.
Yeshomrim the B'chol Garmi Omer.
In all cases, whether you daven Ma'ariv or you didn't daven Ma'ariv, definitely you can say Al Anisim. Al Kein, therefore.
כן, נכון שברך ברכת המזון קודם שפלם, שתצא לברכת המזון, שבנץ' before he davens, להוציא עצמו מפלוטה.
Right, therefore, in order to avoid the machlokes, the dispute, say Birkas Hamazon before you daven Ma'ariv. Sometimes you want to have the minyan right there on the spot. Maybe a bunch of people, you want to have a minyan on the spot. Again, you have to be careful that everyone's sober enough to daven. And 10 people that are sober to daven. Okay.
אם רוצה למצוא תקנה, שיתפללו קצת בציבור בבית כנסת, כדרכו, תמיד. נראה, what does it mean?
Okay, what does that mean? It says, ואם רוצה למצוא תקנה שיספלו קצת מן הציבור בבית הכנסת כדרכו, תמיד. So I mean, I think you have to imagine the situation. Let's say you live in a small place, and now you can get people to daven. In a little while, the guy's bringing out a couple more bottles. It's like the party's not stopping. Just because it's sunset and it's dark now, people want to daven Ma'ariv, but some people want to daven Ma'ariv, right? So v'im rotzul l'soy tikana she'yitpalelu ketzas min hatzibur b'beis haKnesset kedarko. Meaning, you have some people say, "Look, it's time for daven Ma'ariv. Enough of this. We want to get moving." Ma'ariv, if we don't get a Ma'ariv now, we're not going to get one. We know where the rest of the night's going, right? So they say, let's daven Ma'ariv now, right? But not everyone wants to bench. Not everyone is ready to bench yet, right? So what are you going to do? You're stuck, right? Let's say they always have an 8 o'clock minyan. An 8 o'clock minyan. And so they're trying to get people to come to the minyan. And hey, but don't bother me. I'm in the middle of my suda now. What do you mean this suda? Shkia 2 hours ago. We haven't started. We haven't begun. What are you talking about? Join us. Come on in, you guys. You don't want to enjoy Purim. You think about davening Ma'ariv now? It's no time for Ma'ariv. We have until Katzai Slaila daven Ma'ariv. What? So now we want a minyan now. So, Kishimigia Hazman Balayla. So now it comes time for the minyan. Let's say you have a regular minyan to daven Ma'ariv. That's when you want to daven. What do you do? What's the Eitzah? Right? You say Yivurit Birkas Hamazon Yom Al Anisim. Okay, so listen. Give me the guy. You want to get the minyan together, so you have to convince these guys. So I said, listen, guys, listen. 5-minute bench now. Say Al Anisim, right? V'yelech lebeis knesset Yisrael. Come with us to the shul and medavin. Come back, I'll join you. Tell them to keep the food warm, right? Keep the bottles cold, right? Let's daven Ma'ariv. First of all, we'll bench Al Nisim, come to shul, and then we'll come back home and we'll come l'shtois. We'll drink more l'smoichot and to have more festivities.
Purim is over there now, isn't it?
Not over. Purim is not over. It's just begun. Purim just begun. You might have said Al Nisim, you might have daven Ma'ariv, but Purim has not finished, right? The ha mitzvah is simply stay yummy. Because now the Mishna Berura is talking about when you're talking about in Yudalad land, right? Yudalad land, because in Yudalad land, right, Tezvav is also the time to be a little bit happy, even in. But if you're in Tezvav land, here in Yerushalayim, so you don't have this eitzah so much, right? Because what are you going to say? I think the Chavetz Chaim would also agree if you can
keep going,
right? Daven, right? First of all, bench with Al Nisim, right? Then go to shul, daven, and now if you want, you yotze de kavaso, you daven, you bench, did everything. Now if you want to enjoy yourself, you're free. You don't have to worry about messing anything up. Come back. So what's the point? He says you just come back l'shtois with his smoichot. He doesn't mention about washing again. You don't necessarily have to wash again. You're interested in drinking, facing facts. You're interested in drinking, and so you go and drink some more, and you have more songs and dance.
You can't eat without. Does he wash his hands again?
No.
He went out to the Beit Knesset to daven.
Yeah, but if he wants to wash from Motzi, he can wash from Motzi again. Right? If he just wants to drink, he's going to have to make new brachos on everything whenever he went out.
Okay.
So that's the eighth of the Mishna Berura. Again, Shabbos we won't have this. Again, like
Shabbos won't be like that.
not necessarily. But maybe we can talk about that tomorrow a little bit more. Talk about there's some specific points about Shabbos. Purim on.
Big thing because it comes out Thursday, Friday, and Shabbos.
When you do Beit Shemesh, you daven?
Do you daven? There's some people do. The Rav Kopshitz says that they found the spot over there where there was a
wall.
City. So Rav Kopshitz, they say there's a. That's
2 days with Sefek.
That's what they say.
So you read without a bracha?
Yeah.
They read that they finish Ma'ariv and then read, or they?
That's what I heard. I don't know.
In the middle of
I don't know how. That's what I heard. That they saw. They found it.
Thank you.
Next week, when are you going to?
I'm leaving. I'm flying on Yom Shlishi b'boker, so I'll be here Yom Rishon and Yom Sheni, and then I'll see. I'm talking to Dr. Furman about what the Yom Sheni should be more or less okay, regular. The Yom Tainus Esther. Do you think people will be coming in?
No, probably not. It's hard for you, but that's.
No, yeah, I mean, just realistically speaking, I mean, look, if I was here, I'd be happy to give shir. I mean, I love it. Just realistically speaking.
This is on a Wednesday?
This is on Yom Revi, right? Yom Revi. Purim Gedalad is Yom Kedushi. Purim Purim is Yom Revi Shishi.
Yetov.
Mezusha. Very good.